Beats craze.
Rebels arose who were determined to carry the fight to Jerusalem.
The Sicarii.
To the Sicarii, anyone who wasn't fighting the Romans was a collaborator and worthy of death.
Many were slain every day, and the fear men were in was worse than the calamity itself.
I just want to say, call hello, Yahweh Shem Shai, double honors to the elders, and peace and sincerity to all you brothers out here pushing the word in truth and sincerity. Just a quick topic, just through the spirit, I wanted to touch on the destruction of America, which is coming, though it tarry. Okay, we wait on it. We be patient, like the scriptures say. A lot of things are brewing up. It's been brewing up. You know, we've been on the cuffs of World War III for a while now. Contrary to popular belief, America will be destroyed. You know, you ask the average cracker or bird brain nigga on the streets, and they think America will last forever, all right? Especially you Edomites. That's why Psalms 49:11 says they think their house shall continue forever from generation to generation. Okay, they call their name after their own lands. That's how you get the name America, Amerigo Vespucci. Okay, he discovered the South America. And later found out that this whole landmass was connected, so he called it the Americas. But you know, y'all don't think America's going to be destroyed. You don't understand that the Lord increases nations, and then he brings them down. He rules in the kingdom of men. Okay, so he'll let the heathens or whoever, okay, build a kingdom, reign over the earth, and then he'll bring it down. Except for after America is destroyed, pursuant to Daniel the 7th chapter, okay? The Lord's going to have his kingdom built up on earth, the new Jerusalem, okay? And it's going to reign forever, according to biblical prophecy. And that's the day we hasten for it. But the way in which America will be destroyed, according to biblical prophecy in the Bible, and the understanding that the Most High has given us through the Spirit, is ICBM missiles. Not only is there going to be an economic collapse, okay, you got to have, which we're still in a recession right now. It's not getting better. I don't care what they tell you about the unemployment rate. The books are fucking cooked. Okay, so not only is there going to be an economic collapse, there's going to be race riots, martial law, famine, and the Bible speaks of all these things. But the way in which America is going to be totally destroyed is by thermonuclear destruction. Okay? Thermonuclear holocaust. Something that the world's never seen before and won't see after it happens. So the scriptures say, thus with violence, Babylon will be destroyed. So it's not just going to fizzle out. Somebody, one of these other nations like China or Russia, gonna come take over America. No, the Bible said with violence, Babylon is gonna be destroyed, because America is known as Babylon in the Bible. Plenty of times it's reference to Babylon. This is modern day Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. And through the Spirit, we're gonna get into the scriptures and prove that. It's mentioned as Egypt. It's mentioned as Sodom. Okay. A lot of places that got plagued and or destroyed. So that's the future of America. And we always have a saying, circling the drain, but it's really circling the drain, and no matter how long it takes, it will come to pass through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Now, with no further ado, I will touch on some scriptures and get into this word of truth. We're going to go to Isaiah. This is Isaiah, the 14th chapter. And we're going to start at verse 10. It says, and they shall speak. It says, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? See? So, matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 9. Hell from beneath thee is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee. Okay, because there's going to be a mass death. Okay, even before the nuclear destruction comes, there's going to be a mass death. By way of famine, martial law, concentration camps, which I'm sure everybody's seen or heard about what this devil is doing behind closed doors. It says, even all the chief ones of the earth, it have raised up from the thrones all the kings of the nations. Because these nations are conspiring against you. Okay, you got Russia, who don't give a good goddamn about your influence on the East. Okay, it's a lot. You got North Korea, who are not regarding any of your threats or you flexing. You got Iran, who's not regarding your sanctions. Okay, and that's just a few to name. It says, and all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Okay, so these smaller nations, these weaker nations, and these lesser nations, so to speak, are starting to get these nuclear capabilities and starting to taunt America. Okay, because your missile defense system is not adequate or sufficient to withstand all these nations coming together and launching an attack on you, and it's coming out. So the scripture is saying these nations that you used to punk, so to speak, or take advantage of and bully, they're starting to muscle up and toughen up, and they're starting to get their nuclear capabilities. That's why you got a thing called the BRIC, the BRIC. It's Brazil, Russia, India, and China linking up, just like you got your NATO. Okay, these other nations, man, they got a counter defense system for you. Okay, and it's all in the scriptures. So we praise and thank the Most High for the spirit of understanding and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to bring this out through the elders, through brothers out here being diligent in the scriptures and the spirit giving them revelation to understand these end time prophecies that are all throughout the Bible. We're going to go to the book of Joel. Joel, the 3rd chapter, verse 10. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. Okay? Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, and get your weapons ready. Start developing these weapons of mass destruction, and it's happened, and it has happened. That's why these other states, they call them states, or countries. They're starting to get these nuclear capabilities, these long distance missiles, these ICBM missiles, these intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay. We're going to go to, I'm going to try to make this quick as possible because I know Jake don't have a long attention span, Most Jake got ADD and shit. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 4 and 5. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of the nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. So the Lord is behind this, putting his spirit on all these nations. Okay, and it's going to go further into it in these other scriptures, these precepts. Okay, it says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So the Lord is putting the spirit on these nations to buck up against America, which is Babylon, to destroy it, right? And even to cause a World War III, because these nations are going to fight against each other. But the ultimate goal is to fuck up Esau and America. Okay? But the Lord is ultimately in control of all of this. And he's the one who put the knowledge and wisdom on these so-called scientists to actually make these recipes for these bombs and these missiles. And it tells you that in the Bible as well. We're going to go to Ezekiel 38, because Russia is going to play a major part in this World War III. And he's already flexing on America. You know, they just drove a drone or a warplane within miles of the West Coast, trying to see what it's going to take for America to get froggish and leap and get their ass destroyed by Russia and their allies. Okay, that's why Russia was telling you to stop sanctioning Iran, or if you continue to sanction Iran, it's going to be a problem. You go down in Syria, it's going to be a problem. Okay, they just had, I think it was the World Summit. Putin walked out that motherfucker, talking about he was sick, but he really ain't giving a good goddamn what you other nations is talking about, because this is going to happen. All right. This is Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. I'm going to read verse 1 to 6. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog. Okay. Now we know the land of Gog and Magog, right? That's over there in the Russias right now. So that's how we know that's talking about Russia, because it's talking about the land that's being inhabited. Okay. It says, verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, and the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Meaning he's going to turn them back into the old Soviet Union, so to speak, right? Bring them back to power and be able to be a key factor in this World War III. It says, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, okay? All of them with some type of nuclear capability or long-distance missile capability. It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. So Russia's already aligned up with most of these nations, okay? All of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with him, okay? And that's talking about a lot of other nations surrounding Russia. So they're going to come with a great army to destroy America, okay? And it's inevitable. You see it year in, year out. Vladimir Putin does not like to deal with NATO, the EU. Is not part of it. He's not part of the beast. So he's against the beast. They are Esau. They're going to be destroyed, going to slavery, and exterminated. But it's going to be a key chess player into destroying America. Now we're going to go to Revelation, the 17th chapter. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16 to 17. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked. So when you get into the 7 heads and 10 horns, that's speaking on the reincarnated Roman Empire, which is NATO and the EU, with America on top of it running it. So these other nations that are confederate with America, they're going to also turn against America, because when all hell breaks loose, they're going to be mad that America drugged them into this battle that they wasn't ready for it. So they're going to, in turn, go against America with the rest of these nations, according to the scriptures. It says, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That's talking about that ICBM missile, this nuclear war, right? It says, for the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his word, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. So the Most High caused these nations in NATO and the EU to be confederate with America, but when it all boils down, they're going to turn against her. All right. And we're reading out of the Holy Bible, right? The one that you guys let sit in your shelf and collect dust. And if you pick it up, you can't understand it anyway because the scriptures are sealed. Y'all don't have the spirit of truth to even be dealing with the Bible. So y'all don't know these things. And your pastor don't know it either. Especially you Edomite pastors. Y'all are way off when it comes to Gog and Magog. I've seen some outlandish, some way out shit with these false prophecies that you Edomites bring out. All right, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, right? Jeremiah chapter 50. We'll start at verse 13. It says, because of the wrath of the Most High, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. And that's how we know it's not talking about ancient Babylon, because that's talking about modern day Iraq. It's talking about America. Okay, because there's people over there right now. That's plain. It's talking about a total desolation. It says, everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Because these nations are going to, that's why they're going to serve us so good when they see the might of Yahweh Shem Shai and how he destroys this place. So they're not going to think twice about getting in line or getting destroyed. And it tells you that in Isaiah the 60th chapter. It says, verse 14, put yourselves in array against her, against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Okay, so when you talk about bows and arrows, you know, you had that movie Broken Missile. It's a code name, so to speak, for missiles. So all you nations with nuclear capabilities, okay, some good weaponry and missile systems, it says, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Most High. And how'd you sin against the Most High, man? You live deliciously off the saints. You Edomites over here in America. Okay, the so-called Negroes built it, and you wax rich off of us. You stole it from our brothers, the Native Americans, right? And then you got our other brothers, Sicarii, running this goddamn country. As far as like doing all the dirty work for this fucking place. So that's how you sinned against the Most High. Skip over to Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. We're going to go to 1 to 3 and then 7 and 11. It says, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. Now, what's that destroying wind? Okay, you know when you have the when a bomb hits and that wind goes out, right? That radiation, that wall of heat, it'll burn you up before the actual fire even get to you. And that's what's going to happen here. And I will send unto Babylon fanners, these other nations that are going to come against you, that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. Okay, that's the same word again. And against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Because your Navy, your military, your Air Force, okay, your Army, your Marines, whatever, your finest men gonna get destroyed. All right. Now let's go to 7 through 11 in the 51st chapter of Jeremiah. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. Okay, because you went out here, you got over 200 or 300 garrisons around the earth. You're forcing your democracy and philosophy on everyone. Okay, that's why these nations are mad and they're coming against you. And they're going to destroy you in league together. It says, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Because you forced that shit on them. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. If so be, she may be healed. Okay, because you know how Obama put out that stimulus package trying to get the work rate back up, which is a lie. Babylon is not going to be healed. It's going to get worse and worse until your destruction. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, because it's not in the Lord's will. Forsake her, and let us everyone go into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven, and is lifted up even unto the skies. Because you got these nations that are here who's seeing this calamity at the brinks, going back to their other nations. The Lord has brought forth our righteousness. Come, and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our power. So we're out here prophesying the downfall of America, like the Lord commanded us to do. It says, make bright the arrows. All right? There goes the missiles again. Gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. You get into the Medes, right? It's talking about the Russians. All right? It's that land over there that they're inhabiting. For his device is against Babylon, to destroy it. That's why Putin has a hatred for America so much. It is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple, right? So the vengeance of the Most High and the vengeance of his temple. Who's his temple? We are the Lord's temple. So y'all got to pay for what you did to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're going to go to Isaiah, the 54th chapter, and read verse 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith, right? The smith, the scientist, all those engineers who came to the forefront with these nuclear missiles, these atom bombs, right? And before the nuclear missiles, it was atom bomb. And it says, that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, for the Most High's work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Okay, that's talking about the invention of the nuclear missile. All right, being able to destroy at catastrophic measures, so to speak. Okay, and the missiles are all in the Bible. These ICBM missiles, the death of destruction, is in the Bible. And we're gonna go precept on precept. You know, we just gotta give all praise to Yahweh Shem Al Shai, that He's even opening our minds, okay, to basically understand these events leading up to, Lord willing, we be the elect, getting the fuck up out of here. Isaiah chapter 34. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 4 to 9. It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That's talking about a mushroom cloud. It doesn't get any more vivid than what the Bible is saying about this destruction that's about to come to pass. And all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. What's that talking about? My sword shall be bathed in heaven. Okay, that's talking about these missiles coming out them silos, right? Traveling long distance out of the atmosphere, coming back down and hitting their target, which is Babylon. And don't get me wrong, America's going to be totally destroyed, but these other nations are going to be hit too as well. But America's going to be totally destroyed. That's that lake of fire that John's seen. Okay, and Lord will, we get that too. We got time for that. It says, it shall come down upon Idumea. Now, what's Idumea? Why does the Lord... Hey, Idumea is a Greek word, right? For Esau or Edomite, right? And it says, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Because you was cursed. You was cursed back as Cain. You was cursed as Esau. Okay? All right, that's a little deep. We ain't going to touch on that right now. But for the bros that are on the level who already know, then they know. It says, and why do you think the Lord got so much of a problem with you Edomites? Why he want to just destroy you off the face of the earth? You're base men, you're wicked men, you're race of faggots and lesbians, man. That's what you guys are. Bunch of deviant crackers, man. Okay? And y'all gonna be exterminated according to the scriptures too. You know, we can't wait and we hasten for that day. After you go into hardcore slavery and get twice the punishment that y'all put on the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. It says, verse 6, verse 6. It says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath the sacrifice in Basra, right, which is the Edomite city or place, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So it's going to be a great slaughter in whatever land that you Edomites is inheriting, namely America. It says, verse 7, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. For the controversy of Zion. So this is all about the way in which you've been punishing, dealing treacherously, mass murdering, raping, using, oppressing the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We are Zion. Even today, you had the Mike Brown verdict, no indictment on the officer, right? And we always say not to say Mike Brown was a righteous man. His ass was wicked as hell and he deserved death. But the Lord's judgment is like a ring, because that man didn't do nothing to Esau's cracker ass for him to just shoot him like that and to really overkill. So y'all gonna have to pay for that too. It says, verse 9, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch, right? Because this land gonna be on fire from East Coast to the West Coast. Believe that. Let's get Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, okay, metal to metal, sword to sword, right? It says, it's talking about the ancient battles. It says, in garments rolled in blood, right? But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. What's that talking about? That's talking about this last World War III in which America is going to be destroyed. Now let's get Joel again, which is a great book that speaks on World War III and the destruction of these nations, namely America, and it gives great elaboration on the missiles. And this is Joel, the 2nd chapter. We can go to verse 1 to 10. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And it is nigh at hand, and Joel was prophesying this thousands of years ago, right? So it's been at hand. You know, they say the last days were when Yahushua went back up to the spirit realm, because the day is like 1,000 years to the Most High. So it may seem like it's tarrying on for us, but it's in the big scheme of things, it's coming quickly. All right? So you Edomites, just get comfortable, enjoy your kingdom while you can now, because you're going to be in for a rude awakening. It says, a day of darkness and of glooming, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Because after this great army comes against America, you nations, when you go into slavery and you get your land back, okay, you're going to have some type of power, but you ain't going to be having power to have great armies and possibly think about coming up against the Israelites, because we're going to reign and rule forever, according to the Bible. Okay, and it says, verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Right, so you're going to be getting hit from every way. All right, all around you is going to be fire. And y'all going to be burnt up from these missiles and from all these multiple nations who have righteous indignation against you goddamn devils to destroy you. It says, and the land is as the garden of Eden before them. because America was like the Garden of Eden before y'all came over here and destroyed the resources, right? And totally cut down all the forests. Okay, you had springs of running water, clean, clear water. You know, there's a documentary on TV talking about how you guys basically forced genocide on the Native Americans because of all the dams that you built. So y'all were building all these dams where life was flourishing and destroying rivers. Okay, this one lady said the Garden of Eden didn't have anything on the land that her and her people was living in. She was Native American. She said the Garden of Eden didn't have anything on this particular part of America. I think I want to say it was in Eastern Washington in Seattle, Eastern Washington up north in the Northwest. I mean, you know, we know the Garden of Eden was the most beautiful place, but that's what she was equating it to. So that's how you know this is talking about America, because this was a flourishing, beautiful land before the devil destroyed it. It says, and behind them a desolate wilderness, right? Because that's what it's going to be, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them, nothing shall escape them, meaning the missiles. Now it's going to go into it. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on top of the mountains shall they leap. Okay? So these are going to be some loud missiles. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. You ever watch a cartoon, a bomb blow up, right? And they come out the damn smoke, black face. That's how y'all gonna be, but y'all gonna be burnt up though. It says, they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march every one on his way, and they shall not break their ranks. Meaning these missiles ain't gonna hit each other, they gonna have specific targets, and they gonna do what they supposed to do. Neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded, meaning your missile defense system ain't going to be able to stop them. They shall run to and fro in the city, they shall run upon the wall, they're going to destroy all these walls, all these buildings, they shall climb upon the houses, they shall enter in at the windows like a thief, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Okay? Meaning that the smoke and debris is going to block the elements. So that's plain and that's clear as day. Revelation is the 9th chapter. Verse 12 to 19. It says, one woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. And you know about the woes, that's World War I. There's 3 woes, World War I, World War II, World War III. With Revelations, the whole book elaborates on all 3 of them. It says, verse 13, and the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High, saying to the 6th angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. All right, man. A lot of this turmoil that's going on in the world is stemming from the Middle East, because the scriptures say the least of the flock is going to draw Babylon out. Meaning what? Meaning Israel. Because that's fucking America is Israel's bitch. They can do all this shit because they know America's going to jump in. So that's what it means. Israel's going to engage into something which is going to therefore lead America to get into it. And then all hell's going to break loose. Y'all going to get destroyed, man, for trying to protect these fucking devils, these fake Jews, these rats. These what do we call them? Gutter rats. All right. These big nosed imposters. Galatians, chapter 9. Start at verse 15. It says, and the 4th angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the 3rd part of men, And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000 thousands. And I heard the number of them. You know, so that's talking about a couple 100 million missiles that the Lord has preordained to come over here and take this place out. Okay, and it says, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and jacinth and brimstone. All right, those are all elements for bombs or fire, so to speak, right? Heated elements. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. So if you've seen an illustration of a missile, whether it's an animation or actual missile being fired, it gives the same description as the book of Revelations, verse 18. By these three were the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone, which is issued out of their mouths, for their power is in their mouth. So it's talking about the actual warhead, all right? Because everything in the rest of the missiles is what just propels them to get to their target. It says, and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. So with the heads they do hurt, right? Okay. Now, going to the book of Esdras. I know a lot of you niggas, you scoffers, you blasphemers, you gainsayers, y'all talk shit about the Apocrypha when there's a lot of missiles. There's a lot of history, our history in this book. And it even goes into the missiles and speaking on America as well. Plenty of times. Okay, 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 41. Fire and hail and flying swords, right? So you shouldn't have to guess what flying swords is. We're talking about I want to say over a couple thousand years ago. I want to say like 2,500 years ago. Around that time, Esdras wrote this, right? And he's just trying to liken it and equate it to things that he knows. Okay, so you had a lot of these situations where the prophets would see a vision from the Most High and try to liken it to things that they see on an everyday basis. Okay, so he's seeing missiles, but he's likening them unto flying swords. It says, in many waters, many people, that all the fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. Talking about multitudes of people in this world war. It says, and they shall break down the cities and the walls and the mountains and the hills, because all these cities are going to be wiped off the face of the earth. That's why Russia said, you know, they got America keep on flexing and playing. They got something, man, that'll wipe you off the face of wipe you off the map, off the face of the earth. It says, in grass of the meadows in their corn, it says, and they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid. Right? So that's where these missiles are headed towards. Babylon, modern day Babylon, America. Okay? So that's the vision Esdras is seeing that the Most High has given him. And his history has given you. It says, verse 44, they shall come to her and besiege her, the star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her. It's saying the same thing as Revelations and Isaiah, that these nations are going to be astonished at the immaculate, amazing destruction of America. All right? And Lord willing, we live to see that day. And you know what? We're going to be thankful. We're going to rejoice and be glad. Because this place ain't nothing but wickedness anyway. Now back in the Bible, 2 Peter. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. When you niggas is out doing the Dougie, okay? When you niggas is at the club, you took that bitch home, your homeboy's girl, and you commit adultery. When Esau is whipping up his plan of wickedness or constructing some device of wickedness, it says, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Okay? Talking about the impact of millions of missiles. It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. All right? Meaning when you see these missiles, when you actually get a chance to see the missiles, by the time you get to lay eyes on them, your ass going to be melting from that heat, from it entering the atmosphere and coming down on this land, okay, on this nation. And it says, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. All right? So everything's going to be totally destroyed. All right, this is the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1, which is really a direct precept to 2 Peter 3 and 10. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud," you starting with you fucking Edomites, you so-called white people, because you bunch of proud devils, even to you niggas who think you're exempt from this damnation and this judgment that this Most High is about to get his place. It says, "Yea, and all they that do wickedly shall be stubble, shall be burnt to hell up. And that day cometh, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." All right? And that's going to be, after this place get destroyed, man, the rest of you Edomites going to slavery, y'all going to get exterminated and burnt up, according to the book of Obadiah. This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 18. It says, "And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare," meaning you ain't going to be able to escape the Lord's judgment in that day. It says, "For the windows from on high are open, and the foundation of the earth do shake," because when these missiles impact, they're going to trigger different effects like tsunamis, earthquakes, volcanoes, so on. It says, "The earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean dissolved." So that fire is going to be like a sanitization, or I want to say a sterilization agent, because that's what fire is. It's used to clean, okay? Because this earth needs to be clean from this wickedness and this filth out here, from all your unrighteous, all your wickedness. All right, all this lesbianism, all this idolatry, all right, all this vanity. It just needs to be clean, so that the elect can then build the kingdom up and run this world in righteousness. Okay, it says the earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard from the impact, right, of the missiles, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it. All right, it shall fall and not rise again. What does it mean by it shall fall and not rise again? Esau's kingdom. It's not going to rise again when it falls. When Babylon falls, NATO's destroyed, America's destroyed, the EU's destroyed, you Edomites are exterminated. This kingdom is not going to fall. It tells you in 2nd Esdras that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So we know Esau is the 4th beast. We can all agree that these are the end times and the last days. Who's ruling this planet? So-called white men. That's how we know who Esau is. That's plain. So all you niggas saying Esau is the Arabs, you niggas lost your mind, man. You're going to take part in this second death, which are the missiles, save you repent, man, and get right. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones, which are you elites, that are on high, and the kings of the earth that are upon the earth. Pursuing the Psalms 149 chapter, all you elites and you kings and you nobles, man, that are worth something, okay, that are high in stature in this world, on this side, y'all gonna be saved for slavery. Okay? Now let's get Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 32. It says, thou shalt be for fuel to the fire. All right, so all these bodies out here, all these buildings, all these nice houses, okay? Especially you people. Y'all gonna be for fuel to the fire of these missiles to keep it burning. This place is gonna be an everlasting memorial, okay? Matthew chapter 25, verse 41. It says, then he shall say, Yahushua, unto them on the left hand, you wicked, the wicked, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepare for the devil and his angels, prepare for Esau and his allies. Okay, because it's going to feel like an eternity how you're burning up, and it's going to be an everlasting memorial, meaning this place ain't going to be on fire forever, but it's going to be deserted and desolate forever. So that's how it's going to be an everlasting memorial. Okay. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12 says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Because all you people had us oppressed. All you people fought against us. All you people laugh at our conditions. All you people are happy that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are at the bottom. Been oppressed, went through hardcore bondage, raped, robbed, and murdered. So the Lord is going to deal with you and give you this plague. Give you the plague of the missiles. It says, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. And there's stories and documentaries of that happening when America dropped that bomb on Japan. Okay, it's going to happen to you, Esau, 1,000 times worse. It says, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Okay, that's that devastating missile fire. Okay, that destroying wind, that radiation. Okay, Psalms, the 11th chapter, verse 6 says, it says, upon the wicked he shall rain snares. And who's the wicked? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. We know who runs the world. You got the sons of men. You got the sons of God, which is the chosen line. The sons of men, you other nations. And the sons of the wicked, which is the Edomites, you so-called white people. You're the sons of the wicked. Okay, you control of the world. The earth was given to you into the hands of the wicked. So this is talking about you. It says, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone. So that's what's going to be raining on you, Esau, and your land, and all the lands that you inhabit, man. It says, and a horrible tempest, this shall be the portion of their cup. So you have to drink this cup. You have to drink this cup, man. A pure fire. The lake of fire, death. On a mass level. Okay, you have to drink that cup right down to the dregs. The book of Job, chapter 18. We're going to go to verse 15. It says, it shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. All right? Everywhere you dwell, everywhere you live, man, is not your land. You stole it or you impose yourself on it. Okay? It says, brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. All right? And that was a direct precept to the last one. Because that brimstone, man, and that fire is going to rain on everywhere you at, Esau. But it's going to destroy America. And that's the day we hasten for. All right? Now, the book of Daniel, because all the prophets got a glimpse of America being destroyed through the Spirit. They got them visions from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Daniel, the 7th chapter. Let's go to verse 9. Daniel chapter 7, verse. I'm going to just start at verse 11. I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. That horn that plucked up the 3 horns is America, because it plucked up Spain, the British, and France, and became a great nation. Because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, talking about the horn again, was slain and his body destroyed and given to the burning fire. So even Daniel seen this nuclear destruction of Babylon, of the fourth beast. I get another one, man, that we always like to go to. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom. This place, America, that's the sinful kingdom. With all your wicked decrees, your unrighteous decrees. You passing all these homosexual laws, overtaxing, usury, your false prophecy, your false philosophies and democracies. Your rape, rob, and murder of our people. You're totally contrary to all the statutes, the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. It says, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. All right? Talking about that war, man. Talking about them hundreds of millions of warheads detonating. All right? All over this land, man. It says, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. Because the elect, they going to be saved from this second death, okay? Which is that fire, okay? That destruction. Now, go to Isaiah chapter 13. Isaiah chapter 13. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against him. Now, we already established that the Medes are the Russians and all the other nations that are in league with them in that area. It says, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Because Russia and China already stopped trading with the dollar, and a lot of these nations are doing the same thing because this dollar ain't backed by shit. It says, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Because y'all did the same thing to us and everybody else. Y'all raped, robbed, and murdered the whole damn world, man. It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, that's how we know it's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about modern day Babylon. Because you can go over there to Iraq right now. And how did the Lord do that? How did the Lord destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? Fire and brimstone. Same way with the modern day Babylon. Via the missiles, though. Okay. Let's jump to Isaiah, the 47th chapter. Now, when you read Isaiah 47 and 1, it tells you that this is to the virgin daughter of Babylon, speaking on America. Okay? This is Isaiah 47 and 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. You ain't going to be able to sign no peace treaties or nothing. When it's time for war, when the Most High gives them the go, puts that spirit on them, they're going to come, they're going to hit them buttons, and they're going to destroy this place. Man, ICBMs everywhere. Missile fire. Okay? It says, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know, because you ain't going to know. And you ain't going to be ready for it either. Isaiah the 14th, skip to the 14th verse. Behold, they shall be as stubble. So you're going to be stubble to the fire. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. So you ain't going to be able to withstand the heat. It's just going to be bodies melting. You're just going to burn it. You're going to burn the dust and aspirations. Okay. Revelations chapter 18. Revelations chapter 18. We're going to go to verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Okay, it's going to be quick to destroy this place. Death, and it says death and mourning and famine, because all these things are going to come, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. So you have the death, you have martial law, the race riots, people dying, mass murders, the famine, and then you're going to have these missiles coming for you. Okay, you're going to have a lot of plagues coming because you deserve it. This whore of a bitch called Babylon. It says, you shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, stand far off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is the judgment come. So these other nations are going to be so glad that America's destroyed and the white man is going down. Because y'all don't do nothing but go across the whole Ecclesiastes of the world and wreak havoc. So even these other nations is going to love it. Revelation chapter 19, verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with, talking about America, and with him the false prophet, the Catholic Church, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire with brimstone. So you got a vision of John the Revelator being took up in the spirit, like the scriptures say, looking down on America, seeing this whole landmass on fire from the millions of missiles plastered in this place. It's going to be looking like a lake of fire. Revelations 15 chapter, verse 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels, having the 7 last plagues. For in them is lifted up the wrath of the Most High. So this is all the Most High's doings. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. So the elect, they in the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the Most High, they saying the same thing as John. Because you know, when you get into the outer atmosphere, it look like a sea of glass, and you looking down, okay, on America, that mingled fire, that looking at the whole landmass on fire. And it says, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand upon the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. Okay, being in them spaceships, being delivered.